Good evening, everyone. I hope that you have all got your prop. If you're going to use a prop, some hydration. And if you've got a strap or something, that may be handy today. I do not have a strap. Well, I do, but it's packed because I was supposed to move house. So I've just grabbed a shirt, and I'll try and demonstrate what you could do with a strap with a shirt. You could have a small towel. Also, always nice to have a cushion if you're a knee padding person. So what I'm going to talk a little bit more, please do get those things if they're going to be helpful for you. In case there's people here that don't know me, today's class is going to be open level, so hopefully everyone can join in. If you are working with an injury, or if, like me, you are pregnant, then just please do listen to your body. Everything I say is a suggestion. None of it is an order. And at any given point, if you think, oh, that doesn't feel right, then just come out of the pose. The props are here to help. Yeah, I think that's all we need to say. So please listen to your body as you join in with today's practice. We're going to do things a little bit back to front today. We're going to start off with some sun salutations and then go down to the floor and then come up into the practice. So just to get the blood pumping a little bit, can you come to the top of your mat? Finding yourself with big toes touching or feet hip width apart. And let's exhale all the air out. Let's inhale and reach up. Exhale and bend your legs, coming all the way down. Inhale, come halfway flat like a table. Exhale, place your hands and step back. Can you guys hold a plank for a minute? I think I'm going to give up on wearing a shirt. It's just not going to work, is it? And then you can come down to knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or anything that works in your body. From there, we're going to come up into our cobra or up dog. And let's come back into our first downward facing dog. I know it seems a little harsh to start straight away like this. I promise we'll have a bit of grounding time in a minute. But let's just get our bodies waking up. Lifting your hips. You can bend your knees in downward facing dog, but try to keep your back straight. Welcoming your body into the practice. And then let's look towards our hands and step or hop or float to the front of the mat. Coming up halfway. Exhaling and folding. Inhaling, reaching and rising all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Let's go straight into another one. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling all the way down, folding deeply. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, place your hands down and step back into your plank, maybe your knees, chest, chin, maybe your chaturanga. Inhaling up into your cobra or up dog. Exhaling back into a downward facing dog, lifting your hips high. I've just seen on the list that my mother's joined this class, so Janet Allison in London, please lift your hips higher. Try to straighten your back. Holding on for a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to look towards our hands and step forward. Coming up halfway with a nice straight back. Exhaling all the way down. Inhaling to reach all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Holding deeply. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, hands down, moving back. And then moving forward and into your heart opener. Exhaling back into your downward facing dog. You never really have to straighten your legs, but just lift those hips, lift them up. Breathing deeply here. Hopefully everything's beginning to wake up. Looking towards your hands, let's step up or float forward. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling and folding. Inhaling, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, heart center. Inhaling up, maybe back. Exhaling all the way down to a nice deep fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, hands down, moving back into your plank, your chaturanga, wherever you're going here. Inhaling up into your cobra or up dog. Exhaling back. Last down dog for a moment. After this, I promise you're going to get to lay down. So just really feeling into this. You want the most energy to be in your thumb and your index finger. If you're pushing all the energy through the palms of your hands, especially the heel of your hand, then that can impact the wrist. So try to push your fingers into the mat and lift, lift, lift. And then let's exhale. Look towards our hands, coming forward, long spine. And then exhale, fold, inhale, and rise. Oh, I know, a bit of a shock to start off with. So now the reward I promised you. You come to sit. And we're going to sit in a bound angle pose. So your feet can touch. We're just going to be laying down here for a few minutes, coming into our breathing. So you want to feel that your legs can open comfortably and find your way all the way down. And as you lay here, it might be nice to place 2 hands on your tummy. And feel the air coming in and going out. Rather than sitting cross-legged with hands at heart center, we're going to find our sense of grounding here. So please close your eyes and begin to turn your attention inward. Today's class is going to work into the flexibility and mobility of our hips. And we need to be carefully in tune with our own bodies to get the most out of it. Listening to what our body tells us, not what our ego tells us. Breathing into your hands, eyes closed. Make the promise to yourself that you're going to listen to your body for the next 45 minutes. Welcome to class. Namaste. I'd like you, for the next few moments, we're going to come up into a half happy baby. So your left leg, you can keep your left foot planted down on the mat. Your right leg is going to come up. Now, if you've got especially tight hips, at this point, you might need a belt or a towel or something around that foot. That might be easier. If you've got the reach, if not, your hand is going to go inside the knee. You're going to hold the outside of that foot. We're just going to be in stillness here for a few minutes. People who want to go deeper, think about drawing your foot above your knee and then bringing that leg outside of your ribs. We're not crushing our ribs. People who want to really go deeper can even think about straightening that leg, but these are all options. We're not too fussed about the left leg. We want to feel that right hip opening. And then from here, you can bring your right foot into a reclined pigeon. So we did this yesterday. Think about drawing the sole of the foot back. Toes want to be working their way towards the knee. This could be enough. This could already be quite a hip stretch, but if you want to go deeper, you can lift that leg up. You can push your right knee away from yourself a bit first, and then maybe hold the back of the left thigh, maybe even the front of the left calf. We're just going to hang out here, pushing our right knee away from ourselves for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Not going too hard here. We're just getting started. So let's swap over. You're going to catch your left foot in your half happy baby. And again, feel free to use a belt or something if that helps. You want to draw the knee down towards the mat, but it's going to go outside of your rib cage. We're not crushing any ribs. And you can be fine just here. This is getting the maximum benefit. If you really want, you always have the option of straightening your right leg. But that's up to you. In today's practice, because we're working into the hips, there's going to be a difference between the right and the left hip. So it might be interesting to try and notice as you go through this practice, what differences can you feel? Okay, and then we're going to bring the right leg back up. The left foot goes over the knee. And again, the more we push that left knee away from ourselves, the more intense this is going to be. You can keep it here, or come up and hold the back of the thigh, or even over the calf. Just keep working that left knee away from yourself. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing. And then we can come all the way up, coming up to do some cats and cows, of course. We're not going to be on our knees long, but if you wish, feel free to grab some padding and put it under your knees. Find your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And I'd like you to just take your own time with the cats and cows, exhaling to lift the spine and inhaling, dropping the spine down, lifting your chest. Take a couple of rounds in your own time, in your own breath. Last one. So we're going to come lift up our right leg here, keeping everything else the same. And I want you to be conscious that you don't drop all your weight into the left arm, the left knee. Try to keep your weight a bit more in the middle. And we're going to draw some big circles with the right leg. Ginormous circles, working into that hip. And then maybe change direction with your circles. And eventually straighten that right leg away You're going to draw it all the way forward so that it steps outside of your right hand. So from here, you can tuck your back leg in, and we're coming up into a lizard lunge, just for a moment. So in this lizard lunge, this could be quite intense. If this is too much, keep your padding on your knee, keep your back knee down. Otherwise, push through your left heel. A lot of energy going out through that left heel, lifting through the left thigh. And this might be enough. This is already a lot, sorry. This is why we started with the sun salutations. If you're feeling like this is okay, I've got a bit more, then you can maybe lift your left arm up. And if you're thinking, no, I've still got a bit more, you can lift your right arm up. We're going to hold on here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bringing your hands down. You can keep your left arm down. I'm going to lift the right arm up. Easy twist. So just keep lifting through the arm. Lifting, pushing away through the left heel. 3, 2, and 1. Right hand can come down. And either in several steps or one step, let's come back to our plank. Oh, then you can bring your knees back down. Just for once, just for the beginning, because we started harsh. Let's take a child's pose for a moment. And coming up out of your child's pose, finding your way back onto all fours. And let's lift the left leg up this time. And then we're going to break some big circles with the left leg, spinning it all the way around. Try to not have all your weight on the right arm, the right leg. Big circles. And then changing direction. Working into the hip joint here. Stretching that left leg all the way out straight. And then let's bend it, bringing all the way forward to outside of your left hand. And again, we're going to come up with some options. So you can keep your right leg down if you need to. Otherwise, let's step up into our lizard lunge. And here in our lizard lunge, we're lifting the right knee, lifting the right leg up. So this could be enough. This is already quite a lot. If you want to go a bit further, you could bring your right arm forward. If you want to go a bit further, you could bring your left arm forward, hanging on for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both hands can come down. And then maybe you can make it in one step to come all the way back to a plank. Awesome sauce. Right, we're going to come down from our plank. And I can't demonstrate a baby cobra very well. But for the rest of you, I would like you to come all the way to laying on your belly. Hands can come at your sides. And from your baby cobra, you can start with your arms on the ground. And let's draw them aside. Lift your hands up off of the mat. And put them back down. Have a rest. Push your feet into the mat. Straighten your body. And let's come up again. Lift your hands off the mat. Body is long and straight in your cobra. And rest your hands down. Ready for the last one. You're going to lift your hands up, lift your chest up for 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Put your hands down, tuck your toes, and let's come all the way back into our downward facing dog, just for a minute. I know we've been a little bit eclectic so far today, haven't we? Just resetting everything. You should already be feeling quite warmed up now. So let's look towards our hands, stepping all the way to the front. And let's just find a nice forward fold. So your legs can be hip width or a little wider. Again, think about touching your ribs to your thighs. Maybe holding opposite arms. Relaxing, releasing here. You can even close your eyes a moment. And from your forward fold, I'd like you to step your toes out. Your feet can go as wide as the mat. And we're going to come down into our malasana, our yogi squat. So in your malasana, if your heels don't come all the way down, then having your cushion or a pillow or a block there would be helpful. Lifting up here. And then from our malasana, we can come all the way up. I'd like you to step your legs quite wide. So, our toes are pointing out. And we're going to be going into goddess pose for a moment. So toes pointing out. And we can sink down. Please be careful that your knees may want to come in. We want the knees to stay out, pointing in the same direction as the feet. Sinking ourselves down. Also think about tucking your tailbone under. Sinking down a bit more into the goddess pose. So, I know at first this feels pretty good, and then after a while your thighs might start to have some opinions here. And sink down, holding on. You're welcome to stay here, maybe with hands on your thighs, or if you'd like to bring in a bit of additional stretch, you could twist your arms and lift them up. Try to keep your tailbone tucking under though. And we're going to hang out here for a bit of a long time. We're going to hang out for 8, 7, lifting the upper body, 6, sinking the lower body, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the arms. Let's come all the way up. Probably feels quite good. Okay, we're going to turn our toes in. Keep your hands at your hips. And we're going to be doing some forward folding. If you are needing some padding, bring your chair or your blocks in front of you. But if I do that, you can't see me demo. Otherwise, following with me, you can keep your hands on your hips, coming to halfway. Lift all 10 toes. Lift the arches of your feet. Push your bum back. Feel yourself working into the hamstrings, and you can put your toes down nicely. If it's comfortable, you can bring your hands down either to the floor or to your prop, your object. I'm going to take a moment here. Maybe staying a bit more upright works for you. Maybe you want to melt down a bit. And then gently coming back up to halfway, hands to hips. Up we come. Can you turn your toes out again? We're going to come back into our goddess pose. I know. So this time in your goddess pose, remember to tuck your pelvis under. You could either stay as you are. You could bring your hands, fists together and lean back a bit. You could go into a reverse prayer behind your back. Up to you, opening the shoulders for 5. Feeling strong thighs, 4. Make sure the knees aren't sinking in, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up, releasing. So, tight shoulders, people. Your yoga belt, your towel, whatever may be helpful here. Bring your feet back to parallel. We're going to do the wide-legged forward fold again. And I'm going to ask you to bring your hands behind your back. So coming to halfway. And then we're going to fold forward. And if you've got tight shoulders, holding onto a cloth or something may help. Maybe you can inch your hands a little closer. If you've got not especially tight shoulders, maybe just holding hands is enough. So you work out what serves you best in your body. If you enjoy a bit more flexibility, you could even bring your palms together. And let's all work on bringing our hands down as we hang out here and hold on in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, guys. I know I said this was a hip session, but can't resist a little bit of shoulder flexibility. Where we're going to go from this now is going to be a Skandasana. So in your Skandasana, you're going to point your right leg out. People with tighter hips may want a block or some padding for under their right foot. I'll show you first. If you're thinking this might be tricky, I'll show you a way. For the rest of us, we're going to come down into our right foot and lift the left heel up if that's available. If your right heel comes up a lot, then by all means, pad it out a bit, and this could be more comfortable for you. What we want to get to is sinking into our right hip, and then if it's available, lifting ourselves up here. We're going to hang out in our Skandasana for a minute. If you don't need any padding, don't worry. The padding actually makes balance a bit trickier, so you win some, you lose some. Either way, in your Skandasana for 3, 2, and 1. Place your hands down, gently, carefully with them to come up. Okay, we're going to be rotating over into a Skandasana on the other side. So you think if you need some padding here. If not, left heel comes down, right heel comes up. So the left leg is bending very strongly. Right leg is straight. Try to stay a bit more upright. Hands to heart center. 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Coming back up. Maybe wiggle, jiggle, release a bit. We're going to come into another round of Skandasana with an option of binding. That means bringing your hands behind your legs. But if the first option or a padded foot was working best for you, then you stay with that. You think about what's going to work best for you, but let's sink down onto the right knee. So maybe the left foot can come up. Maybe the right heel is down. You can bring your right hand outside of your right knee. And maybe your left arm will come open. If your left arm will open, you can look towards your left thumb. 3, 2, and 1. Gently finding your way out of this. And then let's come to the other side. So again, You take the padding or the option that works for you. I know this is quite deep, but this time it's your left hand that's going to come down and your right arm that's going to come up. 3, 2, and 1. Let's come up, release, have a little dance, have a little move. Last one. This is, for some of us, going to be the deepest. So sinking down again onto our right heel, drawing our left toes towards ourselves. And if it's available in your body, you can stay here. You can spread arms. That's pretty good. Or if you wish, you can bring your left arm behind yourself and your right arm around your knee. Up to you. 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing wherever you were. Coming back up. Stretching it out, shaking it out. And then let's come over into the left side. This could be where you're noticing there's a difference between the right and left side of your body. Certainly there is for me. And again, you can have open arms, or if you wish, you can bring your right arm behind yourself and your left arm holding on. 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing and safely coming all the way up. And you can heel toes your feet in. Let's just take one more forward fold. Maybe with feet a bit closer. Reset your spine, reset your hips. And then from here, let's bring our hands all the way to the front of the mat and step back into a downward facing dog. Resetting here with this pose. I hope you're all still with me. Don't worry if you've needed to take a break, come down on your knees, take the child's pose, then that's absolutely fine too. In fact, those people who need a little break, I invite you to now come down for a moment. Everyone else, please hang out in downward facing dog. Just take a moment, whatever you need. Okay, we ready? We've had a break? Good job. So from downward facing dog, or maybe you weren't already in there, can you lift your right leg in the air? And then if it's okay, you can bend your right foot, pointing the right knee very, very high. This is a scorpion pose. Opening the hip here. The more high we can lift the right leg, the better. And then from our scorpion pose, try and bring your right leg all the way forward to outside of your right hand. So we find ourselves again in our lizard lunge. And if you're a knee padding person, this is where you get your cushion under the knee. So from our lizard lunge, we'll go into this low lunge. And we are going to be here for a moment. You can either stay here with your hands down. Sorry, if you prefer, feel free to have a bit of padding. Turning myself around here. So your low lunge might work better like this, with something to lean on. Your low lunge might be very, very comfortable as you are. My longer term yogis, you might want to bring your hands to your hips. My longer term yogis, you might want to reach your arms overhead and back a bit. Wherever you are, you're going to stay in the low lunge for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently coming back. If you're a person who likes something to lean on, then you can maybe use that. If not, hands can be on the floor or on a block. I'm going to rock back just for a moment into our half Hanuman, stretching into the right hamstring. And then stepping forward. So if this is already a lot, you can stay exactly where you are. If you wish, you can start to bend up your left leg. And then you're going to reach behind and hold on to it in a quad stretch. If you can't quite reach that leg, then maybe having a strap t-shirt is definitely not the best way to show this. You get the idea. For 3, pulling it in, stretching that quad for 2, and 1, gently releasing. Bring your hands down, then let's lift up into a lizard lunge and then step back into a downward facing dog for a moment. Good job. This time let's lift the left leg up in the air. Lifting that knee very, very high, the scorpion. Pushing open our left hip. And then let's bring it all the way forward to plant outside of the left hand. So again, if you're a knee padding person, please do pad out your knees. Otherwise, down it comes. And we're going to come up into our low lunge. So having a chair or something might be beneficial in your body today. This can be good. Having hands on hips might feel quite good. Or if you are feeling like you want it, you can even reach your hands up and over, wherever you are. If you're reaching your hands up and over, make sure you're lifting and not crunching into the lower back. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently coming back. And then we're going to rock all the way back. Again, if a bit of padding helps you or something to stabilize yourself, we're just going to draw that left foot towards ourselves. Stretch out the hamstrings. Keep pulling your left toes towards yourself. Giving it a break. And then we'll step forwards into that left leg. So again, you might want to keep a hand on something for balance. You might want to stay here. Skip the quad stretch bit, that's fine. If not, we're going to use a bit of hamstring strength to draw the left foot towards ourselves. And maybe you can reach back and catch it and bring that foot towards the bum. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing. Getting rid of all your props. Hands outside the foot. And then let's step all the way back into a plank. Back into a downward facing dog. People who are mega ultra game at this point, I invite you to take a vinyasa. People who need a break at this point, I invite you to take a child's pose. You decide. Wherever you are, I will meet you all the way back in downward facing dog. So, hopefully everyone's come out of their break or their vinyasa and you're now ready. So, from your downward facing dog, I'd like you to lift your right leg in the air. And we're going to step it forward, finding your warrior 2 legs. So the right leg is facing forward, the left foot is going to come down, the right heel is lining up with the arch of the left foot. And nice and comfy here, up we come in our warrior two. As always, you don't want that knee to go over the ankle. Think about pushing your fingertips away and drawing your shoulder blades together. Can you sink a little lower in your warrior two? Noticing your breathing. Maybe you can tuck the tailbone under a little bit. And then let's flip the right hand. The left hand can go down to your thigh and reverse the warrior. Just for a moment here. And then we'll come back into our warrior two. And from here, we're going to come to a side angle. So if you have a prop or something you want to use, you're welcome. I'm going to give you three options in your side angle. It could be that your right elbow goes onto your knee and your left arm is coming up. If you are a props person, maybe your right hand will go onto a prop, a block or something. Maybe even your left arm will go straight overhead. Whichever is comfortable for you, this is just as good. We're going to hang out here in our side angle for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently coming all the way up. You can straighten your front leg. And maybe you want to hop your left foot in a tiny bit. We're going to come into our triangle pose. So you can stretch your arms out like warrior arms. The right arm is going to go down. We want to keep a straight line through the back, so try to avoid arching. Straight line through the back. It might be that your right hand is on your calf, or maybe on a block if you've got one, or even a chair if you're needing that for stability. If your right arm does reach down near to the floor, make sure that you are straightening and lengthening. If it's available and it doesn't hurt your neck, you can look up towards the left arm. And if you really are feeling like, I want to take this a little bit further, option today, which is an option, not something we all have to go for, is to bring your left arm behind yourself, hook onto your right thigh for a half bind for 3. Keep drawing that left shoulder back wherever you are. 2 and 1. Releasing that. Coming down. Place your hands again. And we find ourselves again in this lizard pose, which might be feeling a bit more familiar now. We've been doing a lot of lizard type stuff. So rocking back and forwards a little bit. We're working dynamically into our hips. If lizard is not comfortable in your body, you can stay here. Your hands can be on something padded. If you're wanting to go a bit deeper into your lizard, you can always drop the back leg. And only if it's available in your body, if it doesn't cause discomfort, you could even think about coming down onto your elbows, maybe on the block or on the mat. We're going to hang out here for 10 long breaths, whichever version of lizard works for you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring your hands back, tucking the back toe, maybe coming back into plank, and then your downward facing dog. That was amazing. Well done, everyone. Okay, one more side to go. One more side after this, we've just got pigeon, I promise it will get easier. So let's lift the left leg all the way up and then bring it forward, stepping to the front of the mat. Right foot goes down. Let's find our warrior feet. Make sure that your left heel tracks to the arch of the right leg. Up we come. So again, don't let that knee exceed the ankle. In your warrior two pose. Also, you want to think about rolling that right hip open. Hands are long, arms are strong. Don't let your knee go diagonal. It wants to be facing the same direction as your toes. Let's breathe here into our warrior pose. Right leg is straight, left leg is bending. Working into those thighs. Keeping your legs the same, keeping everything else the same. You can turn your right palm up. Your left arm can find your thigh, and let's reverse the warrior. Looking at your left hand, if your neck allows it. And then let's come back into our warrior pose. And then we're going to come into the side angle. So again, remember you have options in the side angle. It might be your left elbow is going to rest on that knee, and your right arm is going to go straight overhead. It might be that your left hand is going to find its way to a block or another prop. It might be that you come all the way. It might be that your right arm stretches up and over. Wherever you are, we're going to hang out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up into warrior 2, and then straightening that right leg. Maybe straightening the left leg, sorry. Maybe hopping the right leg out a bit. We're going to find our way into triangle. So again, reaching forward, your left hand might come to the calf, and that might be where it feels good for today. It might come a bit lower. That's fine. We don't want to arch our body. We want a straight line with our body. And this might be enough, or if you're feeling like you want to go a little bit further, you can bring your right arm behind your back in a half bind, releasing the shoulder. You can look up and over if this is the option you've gone for. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing from that. Coming to the mat, you can bend into the left leg, and we're coming into our pigeon. So again, this might be enough. Maybe you want to bring your right knee down, and this is already a lot. We're stretching very deeply into the left hip. If it is feeling good in your body, you can always bring elbows to a block, or you can bring elbows all the way down. We can feel a bit of discomfort in yoga, but we should never feel pain. Wherever you are, whether it's up or down, in your pigeon, we're going to hang out for 10 long breaths. Lizard, sorry. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently coming back up to hands, tucking the back toe, and bringing ourselves all the way to a downward facing dog. Walking the dog out. Even if you feel like you want a child's pose or to take a knee, Try to just take a moment in the downward dog so that we can neutralize everything. Okay, from here on in, we're going to go into some pigeon poses. So if you know that you benefit from having a bit of cushioning under your bum, then I recommend it. When you're ready, let's lift the right leg up and then step it behind your right hand. Your left knee can come down. So your right leg is going to come down flat in front of you. The more you can get that right leg parallel with the front of your mat, the more intense your pigeon pose is going to be. Now, if this is drastically uncomfortable for you, then by all means put some padding here under your right hip. If not, please concentrate on bringing that right leg, maybe scooching it parallel with the front of the mat. This might be enough for you. Wherever you are, maybe try coming down to your elbows or even resting a little further. We'll take a recline pigeon. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you're welcome to stay relaxing in recline pigeon. If this feels really good, you stay with it. This is going to be our last extend option for today. If you wish to go a little deeper, you can bend using your hamstrings, the left leg up. And this is already quite intense. If you wish, you can reach behind yourself and grab that left leg and just enjoy a bit more quad stretch here. Wherever you are, try to find your breath, relaxing into this. And let's gently release the left leg down. Place your hands, tuck your back toe, and can you step gracefully into a downward facing dog? I don't know that I managed gracefully. Maybe you did better than me. Good job. One more side. Let's lift the left leg up. And then you're going to step it all the way outside the left hand. And then scooch it over so that it is coming down in front of you. You may want to pad your left hip this time. That might be a bit more comfortable. You may not. And if it's all right with you, you can come down a little bit, maybe onto your elbows, maybe all the way down. And we're going to hang out here in pigeon for a moment. That might be where you want to stay, and you're welcome to stay resting in your pigeon. If you wish to bring in the quad stretching option, then by all means you can lift yourself back up. Using the hamstring stretch, you can bring that right knee around. And then maybe you can reach and grab it, bring it in towards your bum. I'm going to hang on here just for a moment. Whatever you're doing right now is the right thing for you. So well done. And gently release that leg away. You can roll over onto your left hip. Oh, are you done? I'm pretty done. I hope you're done. Let's bring our legs together. We're going to come back to the same pose that we started with today, Baddha Konasana. So our soles of our feet are touching. You can bring your feet in closer to your body if that's what feels good. If you want to release a little bit more in your lower back, or if you've got tighter hips, you can bring them away from your body. Wherever you are, I'd like you to massage the insides of your feet a little bit. Can't show you what I mean. You can't see my feet. By pushing your thumbs into the soles of your feet. And just releasing there. Because we're all in quarantine here in Singapore. So we're not getting out to get a massage. We can give ourselves a massage. Please push your thumbs into the heels of your feet. And then try and find the arches of your feet. Giving it a good little rub. Push your thumbs into the ball of your feet. And let's do the big toes. The next toes. The ring toes, I guess. All the way through, all the toes up to your pinky. And maybe it's quite nice to make fists, kind of rub those into your feet. Releasing all those acupressure points. Just feel nice. A little bit of self-massage here. And when you're ready, let's come all the way back. Gently finding our way to lay down on the mat. For today's Shavasana, I'm not going to talk you through anything, but I'd like to invite you to bring your hands to your belly and just notice your breathing. However long your inhale is, try to have an exhale that's just a little bit longer. Because when our exhale is longer than our inhale, we can switch from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system. We're basically telling our body to switch from the energetic mode to the rest and restore mode. We've currently got our feet together in Baddha Konasana. You can straighten them out into Shavasana feet whenever you feel ready. I'm going to leave you in silence for 2 minutes. Now you are probably in your own home, so it's up to you to stay on the mat longer if you wish. You're welcome to rest as long as your body is telling you it needs. And congratulations if that's the choice you make, for listening to your body. If not, maybe you want to invite some life back into your body, taking any small movements, maybe reaching up overhead and stretching, any last shapes. And then let's roll onto one side, relaxing there for a moment. If possible, try to keep your eyes closed as you come up to a comfortable seat. Drawing hands together. Pushing your thumbs into the heart center. Bow your head. And let's push the thumbs into the third eye, spot between the eyebrows. Thanking ourselves for today's practice. Namaste, everyone. Well done. I'm now going to turn off the video.